Hi there, and welcome to the benefits of yoga for PCOS. My name is Kendra Tolbert, and I'll share a bit more about myself in just a moment. But before I do, I want to give you a brief look into what we'll be talking about and what we'll be doing today. So, first, we'll just do a quick intro, tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about the topic, why I'm talking about the topic, why I think it's important. Then we'll talk about the benefits, both what the science says and what my real life clients and subscribers to my YouTube channel have shared with me about their experiences with yoga for their PCOS or for improving their fertility. And then last, and this is the part I'm most excited about, we're actually going to do a short yoga practice for PCOS. So, as I already said, my name is Kendra Tolbert, and I am a registered dietitian, a registered yoga teacher, and a certified aromatherapist specializing in PCOS and fertility. I help people with PCOS manage their symptoms, regulate their cycles, and prepare their bodies for pregnancy. So, I do whatever I can to help them optimize their fertility with simple and enjoyable self care. And I really can't stress simple and enjoyable enough. I don't do complicated. Like, the symptoms of PCOS can be complicated, the hormones can definitely be complicated, and PCOS can be complicated. But that doesn't mean that the way we approach it has to be. So, we will always find a simple way to do it, and that's why yoga is such an important part of my toolkit with helping my clients. I've actually worked in women's health for over 8 years now, which honestly, I'm like, that's kind of crazy. But originally, I worked with prenatal and postnatal patients. Then I transitioned into fertility, where I started to see more and more clients with PCOS. And while nutrition was doing amazing things for my clients, I still had this feeling that there was more that I could be doing for them, especially around body image. So many of my clients were sharing how they felt betrayed by their bodies, how they felt disconnected from their bodies, or even hated their bodies. And I had this hunch. I had been practicing yoga myself for quite some time, and I had a hunch that yoga could help mend that relationship for them. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to become a yoga teacher and I'm going to learn everything I can about yoga for women's health. And I'm going to share everything that I learned to make sure that as many people as possible know that they can benefit from yoga. And so that's just what I did. I did my 200-hour yoga teacher training, and then it's been 4 women's health and fertility yoga teacher trainings at this point. And of course, I also read the research. There's not tons of it, but there is some around women's health and PCOS and fertility and yoga. And so I read that research and I started to share what I had learned with my clients, and they started to experience amazing benefits. And I started to create yoga videos to share on YouTube because I wanted other people to benefit from it. And the subscribers also started to experience great things and they started to share that with me. And so that's what you and I are going to talk about now. We're actually going to take a quick look, super quick, look at a few of the benefits that the research supports and what some people have shared with me about their experience with PCOS and yoga. So, research wise, we do have some studies to show that yoga can shorten long menstrual cycles, may lead to more regular menstruation, decrease the symptoms of anxiety, and improve insulin sensitivity. And I didn't include this on the slide, but also decrease self reported levels of unwanted facial hair growth. Now, I'm a huge fan of science. I really do love it. But I'm always more interested in what people's personal experiences are. So if you're like me and you want to know what people have actually said they've experienced, I'm going to be sharing that right now. So these are just a few of the things that some of my clients and my video viewers have said about yoga for either their PCOS or for their fertility. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt today. I've honestly never found anything that has positively impacted so many areas of my health and well being as your videos. Then there was, to my surprise, my period came back after a year. I noticed that when I started doing her yoga routines, I felt more energized. And then this was one of my favorites. This one came pretty recently. I just found out I'm pregnant. It helped my body and, more importantly, my mind, and it helped me relax. And last, this has worked wonders for my symptoms, especially the lower back pain and insomnia. And I'm really hoping that you also get to experience these benefits. So, I think, I've always thought that the proof is really in the pudding, and all the info in the world means nothing if you don't put it to use. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually put it to use. We're going to try out yoga for PCOS, and you're going to see for yourself how you feel. And then you'll know for yourself if this is something that you want to include in your self-care routine. As you already know, I'm a fan, but let's see how you feel about it. But before we do, I just want to let you know that if you enjoy anything that you experienced today, you can always head to my website or my YouTube channel. They're both listed here for more videos. I also share some videos on Instagram, but these are the main two places where I share videos. And if you want to dive even deeper, I also have a PCOS and yoga ebook. Okay, now roll out your mat and let's get started. Come to the center of your mat and make your way onto your hands and your knees. Place your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, so they're about hips width apart. Inhale and arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. Again, inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back to a neutral spine. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees, then lift your hips as you press them back and up for a bent leg downward facing dog. So keep your knees bent here and breathe. Bring your knees back down to the ground. Uncurl your toes. Place your big toes together and your knees out wide. Press your hips back to your heels. Rest your forehead onto your mat and reach your fingertips forward. Close your eyes and rest here in child's pose. Slowly come back up onto your hands and your knees and bring your knees back so that they're right underneath your hips and your feet so they're once again in line with your knees. Inhale, arch your spine. This time, begin to circle over to the right and then down as you exhale and back up and over to the left as you inhale. Continue making these cat-cow circles, using your own breath as your guide. Now let's switch directions. So begin to make those circles in the opposite direction. Come back to a neutral spine. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees and hips. Send your torso back towards your thighs for another downward facing dog. Alternate bending and straightening each leg so you're pedaling through your downward facing dog. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. Straighten both legs, then bend both knees to bring them down to the ground. Bring your big toes together and your knees out wide, and press back into child's pose. Rest here. Slowly come back up onto your hands and your knees, knees under hips, feet in line with knees. Inhale and arch your spine. Exhale, round as you bring your hips back so that you're passing through child's pose. Inhale, come back up and arch your spine. Exhale, round and press back into child's pose. Inhale, come up onto hands and knees with an arched spine. Exhale, round and come back down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, up. Come back to a neutral spine. Curl your toes under, press back into downward facing dog. Rock forward so that your shoulders are over your wrists. Then step your right foot forward, either to the inside or the outside of your hands. Turn your left foot so that it's at about a 45-degree angle. Bring your torso up, place your hands on your hips, and then extend your arms up overhead if that feels good. Inhale and straighten your knee, bend your arms. Exhale, rebend your knee and extend your arms. Again, inhale, straighten your leg, bend your arms. Exhale, bend your knee, straighten your arms. Again, inhale and straighten. Exhale and bend. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Step your right foot back. Come into downward facing dog. This time rock forward and step your left foot forward. Bring your right heel down at about a 45-degree angle. Torso up. And then arms up. Breathe here. Inhale, straighten the front leg as you bend your arms. Exhale, bend your knee, straighten your arms. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Step your foot back. Come into plank and then lower all the way down to your mat. Uncurl your toes. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, and as you inhale, press yourself up into Cobra. Exhale and lower your forehead down to your mat. Make a little pillow with your hands and rest your forehead onto that little pillow that you've made. Breathe. Bend your right knee, and if it feels good, reach back with your right hand and pull your heel into your bottom. Release your foot. And let's repeat on the other side. So bend your left knee. Decide if you'd like to reach back, and if you would, press your left heel into your bottom. Release your foot. Roll over onto your back. Bend your knees. Place the soles of your feet flat onto the floor. And then hug your knees into your chest. If for any reason you don't want to do a twist, maybe you are stimming, just had a transfer, or just don't want to do one, you can stay here, or you can bring the soles of your feet back to the floor. Otherwise, bring your arms down to the floor and drop your knees over to the right side. Bring your knees back up through center, and then drop them over to the left side. Bring your knees back up through center. Bring the soles of your feet onto the floor and walk them out so that they're as wide as your mat, and bring your knees together. Place one hand at the center of your chest and the other onto your lower abdomen. Close your eyes and breathe here. Bring your hands to the sides of your body, palms up. Then extend your legs. And once again, close your eyes. Bring your attention to your heart and breathe here. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe even wiggle your nose. Roll over onto your side. When you're ready, slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your fingertips to your mat on either side of your hips. Then inhale and circle your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bring your palms down to the center of your chest. Thank yourself for showing up today, moving and breathing. Be well, and bye for now.